It's going down. It's going down. It's going down tonight. Yes. 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 The girlfriends get a round of applause. Sabrina, Katrina, Chrisette, and Gloria, all in the house tonight. Give them another big round of applause, Michael. I'm telling you what. Yes, yes, yes. You know, I don't know how I ever thought this thing was going to roll out with just one of us at a time when we decided to do this show. Because when we don't have all of us, I feel a little naked. I feel a little lonely. I feel a little attitude like, where is she? She needs to be on this show. But we're on a summer schedule and we're all very busy. And we decided that if two or more gather, it's a good thing. And so tonight we're excited that we're live. Thank you, audience, because you've been very kind and patient and been here with us every evening, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. And tonight we have everybody, 100% attendance. And so it's good. Everybody looks great. Everybody looks happy. When I know these girlfriends, before this show, their hair is standing on top of their head. Their glasses are like this. Eyelashes one on, one off. Well, maybe I'll just speak for myself because I promise you that's how I was looking before we hit the airwaves. Before we hit the airwaves, it's a busy time. It's a busy time in our business. It's a busy time in the world. It's a busy time on this show. So thank you for joining 9 to a.m. the Superstation. And today's topic, are you chasing life or is life chasing you? I know at many times in life, you have been both places. And so we're going to find out where you are, what it feels like, what you do to get control. Because I think we've all been in both places at some point. And as you get in different life ages and stages, some things are more important than others. I remember when I was in my early 20s, right out of grad school, baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. I wanted every goal, every man, every mansion, all the money, okay? I wanted it all. And so we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that. So, Gloria, you're just back from a beautiful vacation. Alicia says, good evening, beautiful ladies. It's good to see you all together. And we are glad. We consider that a blessing. Hey, Carolyn News from Jacksonville, Florida. Gloria, tell us about Martha's Vineyard because my husband is a world traveler, but he has never been to Martha's Vineyard. So many people have not. So just take your time and talk about Martha's Vineyard and the time that you and your family had.
It was amazing. So first, let me say this. When I took that vacation, I really, really took a vacation. So today I put on my lashes and my grandson was, what are you? He was like, what? Who is that? I was like, these are called lashes. I blinked and he went back with the wind. But it was a great day. Let me tell you something. Martha's Vineyard is for people who really, really want to relax. The water is amazing. The weather is amazing. The homes are amazing. It's only 17,000 people, residents on the island. And it ebbs and flows so much because of the wintertime. It goes down very low. And in the summertime, it's for people who, you feel like you're around people who have the income to enjoy vacation. So it's safe. It's very, very safe there. We did see police cars. We did. I remember in India, we didn't see any police cars, 5 million people. But in Martha's Vineyard, it's just a celebration. I think that's how I felt. For me, it was a celebration of people. It was the beginning of summertime, a lot of family, a lot of friends. You see a lot of people gather there with their friends and their family members. So it's like a family reunion, but not a family reunion. Wendy goes, when Wendy was there, she went swimming in the morning. They get up at 7:30, and there's a group that exercises at the Inkwell. There's a very popular beach that a lot of Black people gather at, and they do some amazing supportive things. You guys, one of the best moments was this organization called Trumpet Chicks, and they have like 25 girls who never have played an instrument until this one guy found each one of them, and they start playing these instruments. Most of them play trumpets. One of them plays a guitar, and they all crammed into this van to take one of them to Berkeley School of Music in Boston.
Wow.
And the thing that was interesting about it is because they have not had the exposure, he said, I'm taking you guys to Martha's Vineyard. It's not going to be cheap. He got 2 rooms, 10 for the girls and some for the boys. And to took them up there and they played on the Inkwell Beach and they took up a big collection for people. It was super great. And these girls, I mean, they're dancing, they're playing, their self-esteem, you can see their self-esteem and confidence rise with every moment, with every note that they're playing, because they had not played a year ago, and within a year they're playing amazing. So it's every day is an experience, you know, the different stores. It's just it's a great place. It really is you have to get over there on a ferry and everybody's in a good mood on the ferry. The big trucks, y'all, seriously, I ordered Amazon to bring some toilet paper and tissues and goldfish and all that kind of stuff that we would eat. It took 2 weeks for the stuff to come. Like, a lot of it came the day we were leaving. Like, wow. Because you have to get it there on the truck and everything. You know, the prime truck's got to get over it. But it was an adventure. It was nothing negative about that place. Nothing. It was awesome. Very awesome. I stayed in my
Gloria,
house. It was very generous. Yeah.
I was thinking the kids usually come to you in Baltimore for the summer, every summer, and now you gave them that vacation of a lifetime at Martha's Vineyard, the beach every day. They're going to be like, Baltimore with no beach? We're not coming to just Baltimore ever again, okay?
You know, but it was funny because one of the granddaughters said, you know, I just love coming to your house, Gigi, because you got so much land, there's the horses, and we're safe. You know, they can play out, go out the front door, go out the back door. And at Jackie's house, they can go in the front door, go out the back door. So that was really great. But I will tell you something about the beach and the water and the creativity. You know, maybe we turn the TV on, seriously. Maybe we turn the TV on twice, maybe. Wow. But they really played with each other and they really were at the beach a lot because it was walking distance. And there's several beaches. So we got in the River Beach. The big girls wanted waves. I didn't want the kids to have waves. I was like, it's going to take the kid out of waves. I was chasing behind them. Oh, my goodness. I am completely exhausted. But it was an 11-hour drive back from there to get home last night. But
wow. Unbelievable. Good job,
you know, Ken flew. There's no room in the car. But
Gloria, you know that? Gloria, that's a show.
When we have the topic about how husbands get out of stuff, then I'll be ready to talk. Okay, now I'll be ready.
Okay, I was looking for Ken Banks. I was like, I know that boy did not fly back, and Gloria drove out by herself. But you know
11 hours.
Y'all, that's a model couple right there. Because I don't know if I could have done that. I don't know.
She would have felt some kind of way. We already know. You would have felt some kind of way, Sabrina. For real.
We all made up differently.
There was no room. There was no room in the end for him. No room. You fly back, I'll drive. Because I want to bring all my stuff with me and all my stuff back. Didn't want to. So it was fun. It was really good. Thanks for asking. It was good.
Yes. Good. Cousin Rose, Alicia, tell us what Cousin Rose is. You said every time you go to Martha's Vineyard, you have to visit Cousin Rose. So tell us in the chat what that is. Katrina and Chrisette are looking pretty in their yellow. How are you guys doing today? Looking fabulous.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I have some news, but when I tell you the husbands and that, Anthony kept looking at me like, this is your project. You don't want to sign him up for all this stuff. And now you can't drop them off. I mean, I was like, and you would have thought they were not his kids. I'm like, this is
right.
We was going box. He was like, And right now, my mom is having to go to the FedEx and put some stuff on dry ice that he forgot. I mean, it was just a hot mess. I'm like, I had to leave him. Just like they come with instructions. I love it. They and now they know how to dress themselves. That was so good. But I needed to leave him instructions exact. I took one grandkid this way. He took the other way, and his stuff was a hot mess. He left all kind of stuff. We mail and everything. But I just wanted to say, Gloria, it was great. Can't wait to go back to Martha's Vineyard. And today, I know that everyone, this is the Let's Move Challenge still. I know you're still moving. I know it was a month, but I know you're still moving. But I'm just announcing for the regular people, everybody loves some French fries, that today is National French Fry Day. And if you buy some fries on the app, you can get free fries from Mickey D's, and everybody else is copying. So you can go to Wendy's. Really? And let me just say, when you have kids, you will spend. I know I spent $100 on French fries alone, at least $100. So Today, Gigi would have been like, fries for everybody. It is National French Fry Day. Okay. I am the one who could live off of French fries. Okay. National French Fry Day.
Okay, Katrina, back up for real. Katrina, for real. So McDonald's is giving away free French fries?
You have to go on the app. Everybody wants your information. Your email address, your information is worth the cost of a free French fry. So McDonald's and Wendy's are both giving away free fries this week on Wednesday in celebration of this. Wendy's too. Okay. I mean, that's a whole vibe, because McDonald's is more expensive. And my other grandson said, you can just take me to Wendy's. They got 4 for $4. It's cheaper, Grandpa. Grandpa kept saying 4 for $4.
Katrina, that was Dallas. Was that Dallas? Was that Dallas who said that?
Asher, the youngest one, Asher said, Grandpa, I want 4 for $4. So I want McDonald's, I want Wendy's. They got, some spoiled kids. But anyways, yes, McDonald's and Wendy's, no purchase necessary. However, the catch is you must order it through the McDonald's app. They want.
So how do you do that? But you order it and then you go and pick it up?
Yeah, I guess I'm about to figure out. I'm headed back to the airport.
She don't know.
The airport.
And she giving us some.
Right. Everybody download app. Somebody tell us what to do. We have a listener. Somebody is driving on what's the main freeway in Detroit, Chris? Somebody's driving on the freeway. You see the Mickey D's. Get off.
696 on the Lodge.
And tell us how you got your fries. Okay. Let us know. And then
that's good to know.
I just wanted to report this because I didn't know. Did you guys know? Everybody has heard about the NASA big giant telescope they done found. They can go back and find stars from the beginning of billions of times. My husband said, look him up. You guys look him up. Gregory, I'm sure he's a doctor. I got to get his title right. Gregory L. Robinson, brother, the director of the James Webb Space Telescope. He was brought in because it was billions. He says, Gregory Robinson was enjoying another job when NASA persuaded him to take on an enormous astronomy project that was billions of dollars over budget and years behind schedule. And the brother got it done. You got to look him up.
Yesterday it was a girl at 13 years old going to medical school. Today is somebody who's found the stars. I'm telling you, that's awesome.
And he's an HBCU grad too. He's an HBCU grad, baby. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Virginia Union University, later transferred to Howard. I see that. I see it. So
yes. HU. Yes. That's awesome.
That's some serious stuff. We're gonna do a whole show about
that's another thing in the vineyard. Everybody's walking around with the HBCU shirts. That was awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Chrisette, how are you, my friend? How are you? We got lots to catch up. You see, we haven't seen each other. We're like all chit. What's happening, Chrisette?
I know. Everything is well. Everything is going good. Listen, I wanted to share this. When I was looking up what was hot in the news and all of that, I hadn't heard this, and maybe you guys had heard. We all heard the initial report that Elon Musk was purchasing Twitter. We all heard that was breaking news. Well, the new breaking news is that Twitter is suing Elon Musk to force him to follow through on the deal, because now he is talking about pulling out of the deal. And this is just so interesting. I mean, these numbers are absolutely mind-blowing. When he signed the deal, they had check this out, $1 billion breakup fee. And that was in the beginning. Can you imagine? In order to get out of the deal, you still got to pay $1 billion. $1
billion.
Around that, yes. As we go to this break,
that's a real breakup. Baby. You got to really want to break up with me if you want to pay $1 billion.
Hey, baby, you got to pay to play. You got to pay to play. We'll be right back. It's the girlfriends, the force of friendship. We got issues. Elon Musk has issues. Twitter, they ain't trying to have no issues. We'll be right back. back. Where my girls at? It's going down. It's going down. It is a wonderful, winning, working Wednesday. We are winning, baby. We are winning. Yes, we are. And we're here to talk about it all, y'all. When I tell you we talk happy, we talk sad, we talk big, we talk small. We do friendship well. We've been friends for 30 plus years, girlfriends who live in different parts of the country. And we work to keep a tight relationship. We work to make sure that we uphold one another. We work to make sure that we are our sister's keeper. And so we're here every day encouraging others to do just the same. So today we are talking chasing life, or is life chasing you? What does it feel like? What does it look like? So call us at 313-778-7600. Tell us right now, type in the chat right now, do you feel like you're chasing life, or is life chasing you? I'd like to throw that to the girlfriends. When you hear that phrase, what does it mean to you? What do you think about it? In no particular order, who has a thought to open up the conversation? Are you chasing life? Is life chasing you?
You know, I thought that topic was really interesting because it made me question, am I chasing life, or is life chasing me? I think I'm chasing life because I really do wake up excited about discovering what this new life for me is going to be. This is a new next. And I really thought I had prepared myself for this time of graduation, that I was going to be crazy busy. But really, I've had to step back and take a minute and just really think about this new place I'm in. So I think I'm traveling, I'm having a good time, I'm seeing the world, you know, and I'm reflecting. I'm having much more time to think, much more time to meditate, much more time to pray, much more time for conversation, just a lot of reflecting. So, but I think honestly, life is not happening to me. I'm happening with life.
That's right. Good. That's good. That's good. That's interesting, Gloria. You said you think, though. You know, you said it's an interesting concept. And in the visual that I showed, a woman was running, and she was running, and it didn't look like, was she chasing life, or was she running from life? And so I've been really thinking about it a lot myself. And sometimes you do wonder, it is a quandary, like, where am I? I think we want to be in a place where we are chasing life. Because when I think of life chasing me, I feel like I'm a little out of control. I don't have things under control. There may be a lot of discontent, a lot of frustration. So I do want to get to a place where I feel like I am chasing life, and it feels good. It feels good. But I have certainly been there with a sick child, or when I'm not,
right.
I'm totally disappointed where I am in my business. I'm feeling overwhelmed and life is really heavy, that I feel like I don't have a handle on life and life is chasing me. And so I just think it's a good topic to talk about. So Katrina, Chrisette, what are your thoughts?
Today, I'm the opposite of Gloria, okay? I mean, it's this pendulum. I'm sleep deprived, you know. I mean, honestly, now I'm getting back. I've been on a plane, off a plane, on a plane. Just got back yesterday. Got to go pack my bags as soon as we get off the air. Got to do a couple conference calls and then run to the airport. And I'm literally thinking, okay, what day do I get to sleep? Like, what day do I get to not go to bed at 3:00 and get up at 6? And part of that is just kids, when you're not in that routine. When y'all know I'm not a morning person. So you become a morning person. I was burning it on both ends. And so when you just get out of your rhythm for so many days, you can go, I can get out of my rhythm for a few days, but when it's 10 days, 2 weeks, we had COVID, and then the house was all in. I mean, so many days you feel like, oh my gosh, I just have projects. And so, and then honestly, Sabrina, when you drop that stuff about COVID and what's taking place, I need more help. I need somebody to come up in this house and help me. And just when you feel like maybe you can get there, it's like, nah, I ain't ready for that yet. Not ready for that. That's big when you when you're used to having house help. And those are first world problems. Let's be clear, because there's a whole bunch of other stuff, that we are so grateful for. But right now, I'm running, getting run down.
Right now, life is chasing you. And not right now, life. Right now, you're chasing. Wait, I'm getting confused. Right
The other
now,
way. That's why I said the opposite of Gloria, because I can't figure out.
life is
Out of
chasing
control.
you. Life is chasing you right now. I hear you. I hear you. Lady Chrisette, you know what? You're always cool, calm, collected. You are the coolest woman I know on earth. I mean, seriously, guys, honestly, we have the major issues in business and life. And she's like, it's fine. I'll make a phone call. I'll call you back. I'm like, Chrisette, talk to us about chasing life or life chasing you.
You know what, Sabrina, this is such a good topic because it really makes you, I know it's like a play on words, but it really makes you think. And I think that the first thing that's important for me is to really understand what is it that you want out of life, because life can chase you for sure, but what are you chasing? Are you chasing what you really want, or are you chasing what you think people think you should have? And so I think to really answer that question is not just sometimes you can just write at it like, Gloria, oh, I am definitely believe that I'm chasing life. But I think that it's important that you really take the time to think about, what do you really want out of life? And are you really willing to pursue the things that you want? Because what I think is that when you're unclear about that, then life will absolutely chase you down. You'll find yourself going to the left, going to the right, and being all over the place. And that's just not a good place to be. And so when you can be in a place, and I love, that Gloria was able to answer that question so easily and quickly, when you find yourself in a place where you can say it without thinking, it doesn't have to be a long thing, that's a wonderful time. And I'll say there have been times where I absolutely know that I was chasing life and I knew exactly what I want to do when I want to do it. And then there were times where life happened, and listen, life was absolutely, it almost caught me. Okay. So I think that at any given time, you can be in a place where you just know, oh, right. I got life by the horns, and I'm going, and there are times where sometimes you really don't know. Sometimes you really don't know. So I know that's not the perfect answer, but that's the way I think, life is sometimes.
Yeah. And I think that part of this exercise and the conversation and the dialogue is to pause and think about where you are in life. What are you doing? Because many people don't even stop long enough to understand where they are in life. And so you're in a quandary. You are unhappy. You are always doubtful. You're not sure because you don't know. So I'm just going to encourage people to take a minute to figure it out. Ask yourself some questions. Give yourself some quiet time to see where you are. I think many times we're so busy running a race, chasing, and we really don't know what we're chasing or why we're chasing it. In research for this topic, yes.
I was just going to say, with what you were saying with these girlfriends, the one thing about us is we're over on the good side more than we're over in the out of control side, but we know how to pivot. As much as I'm feeling crazy right now, we know what to do. I know exactly what to do. I need to get my Bible study time down. I need to prioritize, and I need to shut it down, say no to some stuff. And we know how to get back in alignment, so we don't stay out of there in that uncomfortable place for a long time. That is one thing about all four of us for sure.
Yes. Casey said, I know what I want, but life is knocking me down. So you guys, we're going to deal with that in just a minute. Alicia says, I also believe no matter where we are in life, it's important to be grateful for what we have, for sure. Absolutely. Life knocking down. I go back to that. Katrina, somebody take that note. I definitely want to hit that back. When I was researching for this topic, a writer said, mental peace. I really don't know if you all will agree with me or not, but actually we are chasing mental peace, whether it's about love, adventure, money, education, knowledge, or anything else. We all are looking for mental peace, self-satisfaction, happiness, so that we can feel good. And trust me, we all want this mental space so desperately that most of the time we don't even realize That's the thing that lies inside of us. We don't have to chase it. We don't have to run after it. Sometimes a single piece of bread with happy mind and atmosphere can fill our stomach, and it cannot even compare with a dinner at an expensive or famous place. So
Right.
you think about the simple things in life as we're chasing life. What is it that we really want? And so, uh, how do we figure out what it is we want? I think it's different for everybody at different places. It is very different. But what I do know is mental peace is most important. Most important. So when we come back, we're going to talk about how to identify what it is you want, and we'll be right back. Such a good topic, you guys. Call us 313-778-7600. We got issues, and we're talking about them. We're back. We're back. We're back. Yes. Yes. We're back. The Force of Friendship. We got issues. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 to 10 a.m. The Superstation, based in the Detroit, Michigan. Oh my goodness, you guys. We are talking chasing life. Are you chasing life, or is life chasing you? What is it that you're chasing? Why are you chasing? Call us. We want to hear from you. So, girlfriends, lots of chatter in the chat. How do you define what it is you want in life at different stages of life? Right now, there are women out there and men who are a bit unsettled. You're coming out of COVID. Life is different in a lot of different ways. Society is different. Many people, they don't want to go back to a traditional job. They don't want to be away from their children. They want to work from home. They've been exposed to it. Businesses and offices saying you got to get back in or else. So, how do you define what it is you want in life? Girlfriends, you are life experts. You really are. You've done life well in a lot of different ways. How would you answer that? How do I define what I want in life right now? Because to chase life, you got to know what life you're chasing. Who wants to answer?
Well,
You know,
Gloria, I learned this from you. At any given moment, there's a lot of things you want, and I kind of have written them all down and figure out, okay, what's the most important thing I can focus on that can bring me these things. And certainly, when you write a lot of things down, then you put it in perspective. You say that's really not that important. Um,
Right,
so that's
right,
one of the
right.
things I do is what's the most important thing. I have my vision board over here, but directly in front of me, I have the four most important things for my marriage, for my relationship with God, for my business, like those four things, because you can't focus on tons of stuff at the same time, even though we always have a lot of stuff we want to do.
right.
Good. That's
You
good.
know,
That's
I
good.
was I was thinking too, Sabrina, that I think the reason this topic is so uh, riveting is I think sometimes in the same moment you can be chasing life and life can be chasing you. You know, you can
Yeah,
feel so clear
yeah,
in your profession and so confused with your family, or you can be so great with your faith and so messed up with your finances.
yeah,
You know, there's a lot of
yeah,
places that you can go back and forth. So you feel really strong. I feel that way about confidence. You can be very confident in one arena and not so confident in another arena. And sometimes when life is chasing you down, you lose that confidence. You lose that stride you are on. The joy is not the same, you know. But then someone
yes,
calls you,
yes,
receive something, you get a flicker of
yes,
gratitude, and you're like, oh, wow, why was I even complaining? There's a lot of good
yeah,
stuff going on here. You know, someone calls you
yeah,
and something you thought your life was bad, then they tell you about their life, and you're like, oh, well, I'm really happy, you know. So there's a lot of shifting that goes back and forth, and I think we need to be aware of that and okay with that. You might be okay in one area, not so okay in another area. And then at one moment, something super clear. Just like you said, you know, if a child gets sick, you can be super clear on
yeah.
Monday and that child
Right,
is sick on
right.
Tuesday and everything goes out the window. And you're not even thinking about it until the following weekend, you know, and then you got to play catch up. But you would never have made a different choice. You would have been there with that child regardless of the circumstances. And so we have to make these choices over and over again. So it's almost like, you know, every morning, you know, that I think that's why people who are morning people, unlike Katrina, you know, they think about the morning and they just like, you start the day again. You start the day again. And if you wake up at, you know, later, you start the day again. And that same thing when you go to sleep at night, you know, you're grateful for things, but it's like time that you think about things. And then if you turn on the news, you know, that's a whole nother talk show, you know, that's a whole nother talk show.
Mm,
Yeah, and you know what? I
yeah,
agree with Katrina and you, Gloria. I think that it is important that whatever it is that you are doing, that it has to bring you joy. It has to bring you fulfillment. You have to be passionate about it because we
yeah,
know life, it
yeah.
ebbs and it flows. You have your mountaintops and your valleys. But when it is something that is in your heart or hearts, regardless of where you are at that particular moment, you still know you're going back
Mm-hmm.
to that. And then sometimes people are like, well, how do you know? How do you know exactly, what it is that, you should do? And sometimes, just, I mean, I used to think, growing up, in church and, being in the choir, and I was always so enamored with those people in the choir that could sing. And I used to think, man, if God just only gave me a voice, I would know exactly what I would need to do, because I always look at singers, and if you're so good, most people, they pursue that because it's obvious. You look at individuals who pursued a career because their parents, how many movie stars, they are a movie star because their parents were movie stars.
Right.
I would say you probably have far more children that grew up to become movie stars because their parents were movie stars, as opposed to those that grew up. My parent was a mega movie star, but I decided to be a dentist. Now, did that happen? It probably could have, but more than likely they're going to do that. So sometimes it's something that is chosen for you and you're okay with that. And then I think it's sometimes you can ask people, ask people what is it that how would you describe me? Give me my
Right.
characteristics. And when you hear it over and over and over again, that's kind of God nudging you, saying, you heard that from 10 different people and they don't even know each other, and they all said the same thing. So
Right.
those are some of the things that I listen to when I try to figure out, okay, what do I need to be doing?
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. Um, and we know life is big. Sometimes life is hard. Many times, most of the time, for many, life is a beautiful thing. But we also know there's ugly in the pretty. There's ugly in the pretty. And as
Mm.
as I grow, continue to grow and evolve, um, I just think life is, it shouldn't, don't put a unnecessary burden on yourself. But
Mhm.
I would tell my younger self that now, when you write a letter to your younger self, what would that look
Right.
like? I still want you to have goals. I still want you to be passionate. But sometimes I think we put unnecessary burdens on ourselves. Right now, we're going through this thing with Quincy. He'll be a rising senior at Princeton. He's loved medicine, science all of his life. And now he's questioning if he wants to go to medical school or not. He says, Mom, I just don't know if I have 8 years of medical school in me. Now, I think my younger self, I would have been like, no, Quincy, this is all you want to do. You know you could do it.
Right.
But now I'm at a stage where you got to do what makes you happy, Quincy. This is going to be your life, your future. I want you to be happy. And he asked me the other day, he said, Mommy, will you still be proud of me if I don't go to medical school? I said, let
Wow.
me be clear, Quincy. I'm so proud of you, whatever you decide to do. But then he also said, because whatever I do, I will be doing it at a high level. I said, I know that's right, Quincy. I know that's right.
That's why I know I'll be proud of you.
Yeah. But I think that, for especially for these younger people, they have
Right.
so much pressure. And so I just think, for lessons for ourselves and for our younger people, no unnecessary burdens. Life is big. We want you to chase dreams. We want you to be successful, but we want you to find that inner peace that makes the most sense when life doesn't make sense.
Right.
And Gloria, you made a good point that you could be living two different worlds. Like, you got the life, you got the bull by its horns, you're feeling good over here, but over on this side of life, it's troublesome. And you feel like I'm chasing life, but life is chasing me over there. So how do you manage it all? By prayer, meditation, getting still, understanding that God is never going to bring you to it and not bring you through it. I do believe that. I do believe that. Casey, oh my goodness, Casey's going through a lot. And she said here, she put in the Facebook chat, and I want to read it because, Casey, we are praying for you. You've been an amazing
Right.
a
Supportive.
viewer. You're always here. And she says, I'm in a time where I have to be patient and I need to be still, knowing that God's got me. I'm going through divorce, my mom's health, my grandmother's health, etc., etc. We can only imagine what the etc. is. I have a lot on my plate. I can't wait to get back in the position where I'm chasing life. And so when you're in that situation, what advice would you give, Casey, you guys?
Sabrina,
She is
I
chasing
was
life.
just talking. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Gloria.
No, I'm saying she is chasing life because those decisions that she's made are big decisions for her to create. When she says she's pivoting, with your parents' health, there's nothing that you could do to have made it that or prevented that. But, to go through divorce is a decision. Even doesn't matter who's making the divorce decision, you're making a decision to pivot. So I just want to let you know that even in the hardest decisions and the challenging decisions, you are chasing life in that incident. That's what I think. Go ahead, Katrina.
I was just,
Great point.
I was just talking to a friend, actually, that the girlfriends know, who surprisingly is going through divorce herself, and so many things. There's so much joy happening on one end, and just so much devastation on the other end. And
Right.
she's honestly one of the strongest people that I know. but I was hearing the crack in her voice. I remember that one time that I heard the crack in my daddy's voice. Like I never heard that crack in his voice, but when you hear that crack in your strong friend's voice,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's you have to pause. And I was calling to ask her to do me a favor, ask for help, but you got to pause, you guys. And so we
Right.
have to support one another, sending a card, doing things that doesn't come natural for me. So we have to really pause and be present for our strong friends, for
Right.
everybody, but for that person who's just, they're always the rock. They never like need you to, they never would call you and ask you to do them a favor or just go grocery shopping for them and bring
Right.
food to their house. But it's just that extra little thing. I mean, it's a lot. And what I was thinking, Sabrina, when you were talking, is I wrote down out of control. There's what you guys just talked about. Those are real things that are your stuff. You got to own it and you have to walk through it like nobody else can walk through it for you. But there's so much happening in the world now that is so overwhelming that your ability to filter has to be higher than ever so that it doesn't bog you down from your own big rocks in your own life. So that's just critical. It's a critical skill for our
Okay,
mental.
that's music.
chasing
That's
mental-
music, you guys, coming. But you got to come back to filtering because that is a skill in
Yes.
itself. I don't want to glance over that. So when we come back, we'll be back to talk about how do you filter through the things when life gets you down. We'll be right back.
Good.
You're back. You're back. You're back. We are back. Yes, yes, yes. With Sabrina, Katrina, Chrisette, and Gloria, the force of friendship. We're here Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. on 19 a.m. The Superstation. We consider it a blessing that God has given us this platform to share, to inspire, to educate, to care. And so today we're talking life. Are you chasing life or is life chasing you? And so, Katrina, go ahead and pick up where you left off before the break.
Yeah, I was just saying, I mean, there's so much that can throw you off. And so we want to be, uh, I mean, here's an example. It's kind of an example, but there's other people's stuff that you can't control. That's one of the things. Again, Gloria, something I totally learned from you is, can you control this or can you not control this? And what you can't control, it doesn't mean you don't care. You can't control it. Okay. So sometimes people are coming to you for things and it's really gossip because you can't help them. Okay. They have to really go and get the professional help that they need. So that's one thing, is filtering that. And then you have to filter through just, crap. I don't know any other way to say it. I just got a text from my girlfriend who is, she's unemployed. The unemployment check comes on a debit card. All her money that she's got, somebody just stole the debit card. I mean, she still has a debit card, but she goes there and all her money's gone. They say we don't know where we're going to send it. I mean, these are real life
Wow.
things, but she's in the middle of this big project, and it's like, you just gotta say, okay, how am I gonna make this work? Like, you can't, it's like everything is coming from you. It's coming at every single angle, and you just can't let it get to your mental health. It's a real issue. You really have to deal with it. Somebody took your money. Somebody got to handle that. But it's the position. It's your heart position. You can't take it on as a burden. Like where people start going, oh, God's trying to tell me something, or everything keeps happening to me. Like, you can't take it on that way. It's real stuff you got to do, but it'll make you crazy if you start letting all of the stuff that's on your plate weigh you down. I guess is the
Right.
is the summary of what I'm trying to
And
say. It can't all weigh you
right.
down. You're still bigger
And
than it. It ain't bigger than you.
right.
Good,
And
good, good.
what I would like to add to that is two things. Number one is sometimes you just have to give yourself some grace, and that's to Casey. I know
Right.
it's a lot going on, and sometimes you just have to extend yourself some grace. It's so easy to extend sometimes grace to other people and understand them, but then when it comes to yourself, you beat yourself over and over, and you just
Yeah.
have to get to a place. And I've learned to what's the serenity prayer? Give me the knowledge and
Right.
understanding that there's some things that I cannot change. And so, you know what? There's somebody said you need to have two boxes, a box of things I can change, and then a box for things that only God can change. And so I think that's important to know the difference between the two. And then lastly, I would say, is what I have found, as crazy as my life has been at certain seasons, when my daughter was born with, her disease and having to go through all of that. What I learned is that it is a season, and sometimes you are in a position where you can literally only take one day at a time and be so thankful and grateful that you made it through 24 hours, and then suit up and boot up and get ready for the next 24 hours. I think what happens many times is when we have situations like you, Casey, when it's compounded because your mother is sick, your grandmother's sick, you're going to do a divorce, and all this is so much. You kind of start seeing your life 6 months from now, what is going to be a year from now. And really, sometimes when there's a lot, you just say, Lord, let me make it through 24 hours. And if I made it through that 24 hours, God will give me grace to make it through the next 24 hours.
Yes.
So extend
That's good.
yourself some grace and just know this too shall pass. You don't know
Yes.
exactly when,
That's right.
but this
That's
too
right.
shall pass.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
so good.
After the rain, there's always a rainbow somewhere. Look for the silver lining. It's coming, friends. It's coming. It's coming. In the reading of Chasing Life or Life Chasing You, I read that you can buy a house with money, but not a home. You can buy bed with money, but not sleep. You can buy a clock with money, but not time. You can buy insurance with money, but no safety it's no guaranteed safety. You can buy food, but you cannot eat when your stomach is full. Lastly, you can buy a book, but not necessarily the knowledge. Ultimately, money is everything, but also nothing in life. Isn't that interesting? It's everything, but it's also nothing when it comes down to it. And so we find ourselves doing one wrong thing from the other just to achieve this highest happiness. We're looking to the left, we're looking to the right, we're chasing, chasing, chasing for the ultimate happiness. And so they say that we're chasing life like a mirage. We are not living life. That hit me like a ton of bricks. We're chasing life, but are we living life? And so we want to encourage you to live life. Don't let life live you. Powerful, right? Live
Right.
life,
Really
don't
good.
let life live you. And so, what that means, you guys, is smell the flowers along the way, take time. There's just a tragic story out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. We have a friend who ran the Juneteenth Festival in Tulsa, Oklahoma, one of the largest festivals in the entire country. Her husband, well, bottom line is dead. She just did this
What?
big festival, and her husband, the word is that her husband shot her and then shot himself. Two
What?
kids in the house, two kids in the house, a 13-year-old and a 9-year-old, 13, 11, 13, or 9. But you guys, life is something. And so as we're out there chasing, we have to keep the main thing the main thing. Yep, it's national news. Regina knew her really, really well. And she was just such a strong presence in the Tulsa community. And now that bright light gone just like that. And honestly, that instance brought me to this topic as I got the
Wow.
news. It is a wow. It is a wow. I mean, so well loved in the community. Everybody knows Sherry, everybody. And now gone just like that. So, you guys, I don't want to really end on a sad note. I guess I just want to say love, find your joy, chase the. Why are you laughing, Gloria? What? Because I
You
ended on the
said
wrong note.
you don't want to end on a sad note, but I was like, oh,
Gloria,
keep going, girl. Keep going. Keep going.
The point. But the point being, you guys, life is fleeting. We never know from
Yes,
one day to the
true.
next. You know, Roland Martin just announced on his Instagram, he just gave a woman a big old hug at the Essence Fest. She's in her 20s, didn't wake up in a hotel room at the Essence Festival. They don't know what happened to her. So, yeah, crazy, 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 this thing we call life. So, girlfriends, know that I love you. Live life. Don't let life live you. Let's chase life. Let's let life chase us. But let's find peace in it all. We're out.
Peace, joy, and happiness. Peace, joy, and happiness.
See you tomorrow. Same time.
We need all of it. We need all of it.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for all you do.